Part 1/3. My wife told me our child isn't mine, and everything changed. We always think we know the people we love, until they drop a truth so big it rewrites your entire life. Let me take you back to 3 weeks ago, when my wife, Erin, looked me in the eye and said, "I have to tell you something about Lily." Face with symbols on mouth, the beginning of the end. Erin and I had been together for nearly 8 years. Married for 5. Our daughter, Lily, had just turned 4 last month. She was this loud, curious, bright little tornado of a human. My whole world. We met in college. She was studying environmental science. I was in communications. We weren't perfect, but who is? We had fights, but we laughed more. We built a little life together. Mortgage, dog, daughter. Everything seemed normal. Looking back, there were small signs. Glitches in the matrix. The way Erin avoided questions about Lily's early medical stuff. How she got weirdly defensive when people commented that Lily looked more like your brother than you. The awkward moment at Lily's 2nd birthday when my mom said, "She has the same dimple as Jordan," and Erin suddenly needed to get more juice from the kitchen. I ignored it all. Brushed it off. Because why wouldn't I trust my wife? Prohibited the talk. It was a Tuesday night. Lily was asleep. We were sitting on the couch, watching reruns of The Office, and Erin just turned the TV off. That was the first red flag. She never turns off The Office. "I need to tell you something," she said. My stomach dropped. "Is everything okay? Are you sick?" I asked. "No. It's about Lily." Instant panic. "What about her? Did something happen?" "She's fine. She's healthy. But she's not biologically yours." I didn't understand. I laughed. Literally laughed in her face. "What do you mean not mine? That's not funny." "I'm not joking." Silence. "I slept with someone else around the time we conceived. I didn't know for sure, but I took a test. A paternity test. She's not yours." I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Everything inside me just snapped. Broken heart, the fallout. I slept in the car that night. No dramatic fight. No yelling. I just grabbed my keys and walked out. The cold hit me like a wall. I turned off my phone. I drove to a parking lot near the beach and just sat there. It felt like I was watching my life from the outside. The past 4 years replayed like a movie. Lily being born, her first steps, her first words. All those nights pacing the hallway with a crying baby. The diaper changes. The late-night fevers. The tiny socks that never stayed on her feet. All of it. Not mine. I didn't cry. I couldn't. I was too numb. The next morning, I came home. Erin looked like she hadn't slept. She tried to talk. I told her I needed space. So I packed a bag and went to stay with my brother. Thinking face questions without answers. The thing is, I don't know what to do. I love Lily. I don't care about DNA when she hugs me and calls me daddy. But now there's this thing between us. A crack in the foundation. Was it just once? Was it an affair? Who is the father? I asked Erin. She said it was a guy from work. She swore it was a one-time thing. She cried. Said she didn't want to destroy our family. Said she waited to tell me because she didn't want to lose me. But she already did. I've been staying at my brother's for over a week now. Every time I see a kid in the park, I think of Lily. Every time my phone buzzes, I hope it's her FaceTiming me. She called me yesterday. Lily, not Erin. "Daddy, are you still at work? Are you coming home tonight?" I broke down. I told her I was on a trip for work and I'd be home soon. I'm not proud of that lie. But how do you explain to a 4-year-old that her mom broke something she doesn't even understand yet? Alarm clock, what now? I don't know what comes next. Aaron wants to talk. Go to therapy. Try to fix it. But can you fix something built on a lie? Lily is innocent in all of this. She's still my daughter in every way that counts, except one. I don't know if I can stay, but I don't know if I can walk away either. Reddit, what would you do? Part 2 coming soon. Part 2/3, my wife told me our child isn't mine, and everything changed. Collision the aftermath. After Aaron's confession, I sat in the car outside our house for what felt like hours. I couldn't go in. Couldn't face the toys in the living room or the framed photos of what I thought was a happy family. My hands were shaking. I kept replaying her voice in my head, that flat, almost numb tone when she said, "She's not yours." I ended up sleeping in the guest room. Lily was at her grandparents', thank God. I don't know how I would have looked her in the eye that night. I didn't sleep. Just stared at the ceiling, trying to do mental math. When? Who? Why? I wanted to scream. Punch something. But instead, I just lay there. The next morning, Erin came in. Her eyes were swollen. She looked like hell. "Can we talk?" she asked. I didn't answer. Just nodded. Receipt the truth, or something like it. She told me it happened during a rough patch in our marriage, about 5 years ago. We'd been fighting, barely speaking. I had just lost my job and was spiraling. She met a guy at work. It was a mistake, she said. One time. A moment of weakness. But it changed everything. She got pregnant a few months later. Never told the other guy. Never told me. Just prayed it was mine and moved on. "I didn't want to destroy us," she said. "And then you were so happy about the baby. I couldn't ruin that." I asked her who he was. She hesitated. Finally gave me a name I didn't recognize. Said he moved away. That he never knew. I didn't believe her. Still don't fully. DNA. I bought a test. Quietly. Swabbed Lily's cheek one night while she slept, tears silently streaming down my face. Set it off. Waited. The result came back exactly like I expected and nothing like I wanted. 0% probability of paternity. It was like a punch to the soul. All the bedtime stories, school pickups, birthday candles, erased by a number on a page. But then I heard her laugh from the other room. And I couldn't help it. My heart didn't care what the paper said. She was still my daughter. Broken heart the confrontation. I told Erin I had done the test. She just nodded, like she'd been waiting for it. "I don't blame you," she said. "You had every right." I asked again who the father was. She gave me the same name. Swore he didn't know. I told her I wanted space. I moved out 2 days later. Took a suitcase, my laptop, and a photo of Lily on her 3rd birthday. We agreed to split custody for now. Not legally, just informally. I wasn't ready to go to court. I didn't even know what I wanted. Just that I couldn't sleep under the same roof anymore. Brain therapy and spirals. I started therapy. Erin offered couples therapy. I refused. I needed space to even figure out if I wanted to save anything. In therapy, I cried for the first time in years. Cried so hard I couldn't breathe. I wasn't just mourning a betrayal. I was mourning a version of my life that never existed. Was everything fake? Every "I love you," every smile, every little sticky note she used to leave in my lunch. My therapist said something that stuck. "It wasn't fake to you. And it wasn't fake to your daughter." That sentence nearly broke me. Teddy bear Lily. I saw Lily once a week. Short visits. Playgrounds, ice cream, reading her bedtime stories. She didn't know what was happening. Just that Daddy had a new apartment with a bunk bed and too many boxes. Every time she called me, "Daddy," it hurt, and healed at the same time. She started asking questions. Why don't you live here anymore? Did I do something bad? That wrecked me. I told her no, never, and tried to smile. But I knew those questions would only get harder as she grew. Spiral calendar a plan. Eventually, Aaron and I sat down to talk custody. It was civil, surprisingly. Maybe we were both too exhausted to fight. We agreed on a schedule. We talked about holidays, schools, what to say when Lily starts asking questions we can't answer. We even talked about the truth, about when and how to tell her. Not now, not yet, but someday. She deserves to know, I said. But she also deserves to feel safe. Aaron nodded. I think, for the first time, we actually agreed on something again. Package new normal. I still hated her for what she did. But I didn't hate Lily. Couldn't. That was the only thing I knew for sure. And slowly, that knowing became enough to keep going. To be continued. Op. Part 3/3. My wife told me our child isn't mine, and everything changed. Mirror moments. 3 months had passed since I moved out. Every morning, I hoped I'd wake up feeling more like myself. But the mirror didn't lie. I looked thinner. My eyes were hollow. Beard patchy. I looked like a man who had just had his entire identity torn out from under him. Aaron and I barely spoke, except for texts about Lily, drop-offs, school pickup times, the missing unicorn plushie she couldn't sleep without, which I found jammed between couch cushions. But inside, I wasn't okay. I was numb. Floating. I tried dating again. Just once. A woman from work. She was kind, sweet. But every word out of her mouth, I found myself comparing to Aaron's. Her laugh felt fake. Her smile didn't reach her eyes, or maybe mine didn't. I cut the date short, went home, and cried in the car. Magnifying glass tilted left digging into the past. One night I gave in. I looked up the man Aaron claimed was Lily's biological father. Let's call him Mark. Not much came up. No Facebook. No LinkedIn. But I eventually found an old company blog post with a blurry headshot. Average guy. Short cropped hair. Slightly crooked teeth. Unremarkable. And that pissed me off. This completely average man unknowingly fathered the little girl I loved more than life. I wrote a message, didn't send it. What would I even say? Hey, remember that one night stand? Yeah, you have a daughter. Congrats. But I kept coming back to the question, should I contact him? Would Lily want to know him someday? Did I have the right to block that? Brain therapy again. At my next therapy session, I brought it up. What if he wants to be in her life? What if she wants him? My therapist looked at me with this mix of sympathy and strength. Then you face it. Together. But don't forget, you're her father. DNA doesn't overwrite years of bedtime stories, Band-Aids, and birthday cakes. I cried again. I hated how easily I cried now. But she was right. I showed up. I stayed. I chose Lily every day. That matters. Birthday cake, birthday party breakdown. Lily's 6th birthday came. Aaron wanted to do a joint party. At first, I refused. Then I saw Lily's face when she asked if we could all be together. So we did it. A Frozen-themed park party. Cupcakes. Face paint. Little plastic crowns. Aaron and I barely spoke, but Lily ran between us like a ball of light. When she hugged us both at once and yelled, "This is the best day ever!" something broke open inside me. Not pain. Just release. I realized I couldn't rewrite the past. But I could show up for her future. Balance scale legal realities. Eventually, lawyers got involved. We had to draw up parenting agreements, school decisions, medical rights, the boring logistical stuff. At one point, my lawyer asked, Do you want to contest paternity? I said no. He blinked. You understand what that means legally? I do. And I'm not backing away. When Erin found out, she cried, not in that guilty, defensive way. These were quiet, heavy tears. Thank you, she whispered, for not walking away. I didn't do it for you, I said. And I meant it. Seedling healing forward. I started volunteering on weekends, coaching a kids' soccer team. Something about being around kids helped. Gave me purpose again. Lily came to practices sometimes, cheering like I was in the World Cup. She started sleeping over more. She drew me pictures. Stick figures holding hands under rainbows. One drawing had a heart and the words, "Me plus Daddy forever." I hung it on my fridge and looked at it every morning. Open mailbox with raised flagged the letter. One night, I found an envelope in my mailbox. No return address. Inside, a single note. I didn't know. I swear. But I'm glad she has you. M. Mark. I stared at it for a while. Then I burned it in the kitchen sink. Not from hate, but from peace. It was done. Even if he ever showed up, she already had a father. Speech balloon the talk someday. I know the day will come when I'll have to tell Lily about her DNA, about how adults make mistakes, big ones. But not today. Today she still believes in magic, in birthday candles and bedtime songs. Today she calls me Super Dad, and that's more than enough. Red Heart final thoughts. I lost a wife. I lost a story I thought was mine. But I still have her. And no paternity test will ever change that. Thanks for reading, Reddit. Op.